Welcome to Medical Terminology. My name is Samantha and I'm here to break down the basics of medical terms. This is my friend Courtney. She doesn't understand the importance of these medical terms, even though we're going to PA school. She's a little worried and it's too confusing and doesn't know what to do, so let's break it down. So let's talk about some of the foundations. So there are 4 different word parts. We have the root, then we have the prefix, and then we have the combining forms or the verbs, along with the suffix. So let's figure out what goes into this. Here are the root words. They can't stand alone, and they're the basic meaning of the words. It describes a part of the body that's involved, or the core of the substance. And the suffix is always at the end of the root, while the prefix is always at the beginning of the root words. Here's some examples. All right, for our root word examples, the first one we have is osteo, which means bone. And then we have myelo, which is spinal cord. And finally, neuro, which means nerve. So the oste is the combining form. Same with the myelo and the neuro. As mentioned earlier, combining forms or combining verbs usually have a vowel added at the end of the word. These help with pronunciations, and they're used at the end of these words before the suffix to help combine it. Here's some examples. Now, if you're worried, don't. Here comes the prefixes. What is a prefix, you may ask? Well, it's pretty important to these words. It's always at the beginning of a word and can usually indicate some locations, times, or numbers. Here's some examples. So first up, we have ab, which means away from. Then we have ad, means towards. They're very similar. Then intra means in or inside. You may be a little worried, but no need to fret. Here come the suffixes. What are they, you may ask? Well, let's talk about it. Suffixes are important. They're always added at the end of the root words, and they essentially complete the term. Sometimes they describe the procedure, the condition, or the disorder or disease that a patient may have. They also include combining vowels, which, used with a suffix, usually begins with a consonant. Here's some more examples, so pay attention. All right, first up we have neuroplasty. So neuro equals nerve, so the suffix is plasty, which means surgical repair. So it's important to look at this. We have the combining vowel is O in neuroplasty. Also, don't forget, for suffixes, combining vowels are not used in a sense when the suffix begins with a vowel. So, for example, tonsillitis, itis, means inflammation. And we are starting it with an I, so the O is not used because the suffix starts with I, which is a vowel. Here's one more example, cranium. Crani means skull, and the suffix is which is a noun ending, but FYI, suffixes can also be used to describe a procedure, such as centesis, a surgical puncture to remove fluid. As for graphy, it means to take a picture or record. Let's review some, and then we'll practice. All right, so we have root as a foundation, suffix at the end, prefix at the beginning, combining vowel in between. Here's some examples of these words that might be typically confused with others, and breaking them down. They can be similar, but here, let's combine into some full medical terms. Alright, to start us off, we have angiogram, which is a medical imagery. Thermograph is a record of the body's surface heat. Splenoportography is producing a record of a spleen and portal veins. Stethoscope, instrument to listen to sounds produced inside the body. Endoscopy, the process to visually examine inside the body. Osteotomy, appendectomy, and cytostomy. Awesome. How are we feeling, Courtney? So good. I'm glad you agree. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and look forward to the next video.